Hello, how you doing? This is Vince Hughes with Steel Estimating Solutions. I want to do a quick video on a new feature that I've added to the Steel Erection Bid Wizard called weather projections. Basically, you're going to enter your average crew size and the state the project is located in into the projected start date, and the Bid Wizard will calculate potential weather days. This data is being pulled from weatherbase.com. So let's just jump in here and let me bring a job in real quick and I'll show you how this works. So first thing we're gonna do is put the average crew size in. Add a little bit of equipment. This is about a 1,000,000 square foot building that I brought in here. Then we'll drop a crane in. And so from there, we're going to have with an average crew size for this 1,000,000 square foot building, average crew size of 28 men. It's projected to take us 88 days. Now right here in project labor, we're going to see a button that says enable weather projections. Once I click this, I'm going to need to put in the projected start date of the project. Normally, what is it, 3-4 months? We bid a job, takes 3 or 4 months, or we have a known start date. We enter that in here. So I'm just going to jump out like it's going to be 3 months down the road. Put in July the 2nd. And the system will project the end date based on our average crew size and the number of working days. And then we're going to select the state that we're working in. So I'm in Tennessee. I'm just going to select Tennessee. So once I put in the projected start date, enter the state in, it's going to go into weatherbase.com and it'll pull off. It's 25 years worth of data that weatherbase.com has collected for lost days. And so it's going to come in here and give a percentage of the lost days by month that the project's going to be happening in. And also want to point out that data is being pulled from the state capital of the state. So there is going to be some need for different parts of the states for adjustment. And so what I've done here is I've allow you to adjust the percentage of lost days. So it may be, higher in the area that you're working in. Of course, your state, the best as far as weather goes, but this gives you a baseline to get started. And what it's going to do is pull in your 28 men, your lost number of days for that month, the total hours based on 28 men, your wage it'll pull in, the total cost. If you have subsistence, travel time, it'll pull that in as well. Actual cost, you have the ability to mark up, not mark up as far as the cost for weather days. I left it defaulted at 0 because really it's not like we're trying to make money on weather days. We're trying to just get our butts covered for potential weather days. Then you'll see your total selling for each month for the cost of the lost weather days, then a total at the bottom. And then from there, what I want to point out too is you have the ability to let this come into the bid. Like right now we're at 2.232. And if I don't want to have, if I just want to use this as knowledge, I would disable weather projections. And now we go down to 2.146. So really you got kind of two options. Use this as just a baseline for knowledge, or you can use it to, because when we got guys showing up, we got to pay 2-hour show up time. When they, show up and the weather's bad and they can't work, we got to pay them 2 hours. So we really need to get that covered in the bid, as well as, even during times of, we're doing a project, weather's bad. It's not the most optimal weather for, for production. So that's another way to pick up a little bit of money for lost production due to weather. So you have the ability to, be able to disable it or enable it, your choice. You also have the ability, once again, to adjust the percentage of days lost, which will, of course, if I take this, it's 1.47, and I know I'm going to be in an area that's going to, be less than that. Put in 4%. Now we see it goes down to 0.84. So you have that ability, that control. One thing I think this is going to be a beautiful thing too is to help for proof of a concept. For example, if you had a project that was projected to start in, let's say, September, and it was a 3 month project, typically it's weather's pretty decent from September to the end of November. So we calculate, we plan that in a bid for that time frame, and then the job gets postponed to end of December, which puts us into the winter or whatever it may be, and it takes more. This will allow us a way to have data to prove, well, look, here's the increase of the cost because of the fact that we're not having to work, instead of at September, we're starting December. The weather's not going to be cooperative like it might have been in September, and here's why we need to get an increase to our contract due to weather and your postponement of the project. Of course, you're gonna have to write that into your bid proposal and things like that, but that's just that's one of the benefits that I definitely see that the weather projection will put in your tool chest, another tool to be able to use in cases like that. I hope you can see the benefits of what this new weather projection can do for the Steel Erection Bid Wizard as far as getting cost for weather delays. Make it a great day, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.